What's up, Commanders fans? If you believe in building through depth and taking care of your stars, smash that like button and subscribe right now, because we've got a double-barreled update out of Ashburn. One side is all about a local hero getting his NFL shot, and the other? A franchise-defining standoff that could reshape the wide receiver room as we know it. Let's get into it. Brilland Sanders is staying in the DMV, and he's making the leap. After lighting it up for the DC Defenders during their UFL title run, Sanders has officially signed with the Washington Commanders. The move keeps the former Ole Miss wideout in the city that's embraced him, and honestly, it's a move that makes a lot of sense for both sides. Let's rewind a bit. Sanders wasn't even the Defenders' top option at the beginning of the UFL season, but after Ty Scott went down, Brilland seized his opportunity and became the guy for quarterback Jordan Ta'amu. The chemistry they built back in college at Ole Miss came alive again in the pros, and it showed. Sanders racked up 332 yards and 3 touchdowns on just 13 catches, averaging a jaw-dropping 25.5 yards per reception. That's not just deep threat territory, that's game-breaking speed and production. He followed that up with a strong postseason performance, posting 4 catches for 49 yards as the Defenders won the UFL championship. After the title run, NFL teams lined up to take a look. The Cardinals, Packers, Broncos, Panthers all brought him in, but it was Adam Peters and the Commanders who pulled the trigger. This wasn't just a workout nod, they signed him. That tells you they believe there's real upside here. And Commanders fans, you're not just getting a UFL champ, you're getting a hungry, ascending wideout with NFL traits and something to prove. Let's zoom out a bit. The Sanders signing might not make national headlines, but it signals something much bigger from this front office. Smart, calculated depth building. This is the 4th DC Defenders player to sign with an NFL team this month. Earlier this week, OL Liam Fornadell joined the Jets. The UFL pipeline is proving to be legit, and the Commanders are early adopters. For Washington, this isn't just about a training camp body. Sanders has legitimate traits, vertical threat ability, high-point ball skills, and a strong relationship with his quarterback. He'll enter a wideout room that is far from settled right now. Which brings us to the elephant in the room. As exciting as Sanders' story is, all eyes in DC are still on Terry McLaurin. On Thursday, with contract talks stalling again, McLaurin officially went public with a trade request. And folks, that's something Terry takes lightly. He's been the ultimate pro, the face of the franchise through chaos, and a leader in the locker room. For him to go this route means frustration has reached a breaking point. Multiple teams, including the Patriots, have already checked in with Washington, but according to The Athletic's Nikki Chopvala and Diana Rossini, the Commanders have told everyone the same thing. Terry McLaurin is not available. Not now, not yet. That said, don't think for a second that the phone lines have gone cold. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero said Friday that a trade can't be ruled out entirely. If GM Adam Peters has shown us anything this offseason, it's that he's willing to make bold, even unpopular decisions if he believes it's in the long-term interest of the team. So what's really holding things up? According to Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer, it comes down to 2 things: total value and guaranteed money. McLaurin reportedly wants a deal that exceeds the $30 million per year range, a price tag typically reserved for the Tyreek Hills and Justin Jeffersons of the world. The Commanders, meanwhile, are hesitant to go that high for a receiver who turns 30 next month. It's worth noting that McLaurin has never missed a game due to injury and is a 3-time 1,000-yard receiver despite playing with a carousel of quarterbacks. He deserves his bag. But from a front office perspective, Peters has to think long-term. Deebo Samuel, who the Commanders traded for this offseason, is already under contract. Luke McCaffrey is being groomed. Now, Brilland Sanders enters the mix with explosive potential. This isn't about replacing McLaurin yet, but Washington is clearly building contingency plans. Here's the big picture. The Commanders are in a golden window. Jayden Daniels is on a rookie contract. That means they can afford to pay top-end talent at other positions right now, including receiver. That's why the McLaurin standoff is so critical.
If you're ever going to commit big money to your WR1, it's while your quarterback is still on a cost-controlled deal. Let's also not forget about the on-field connection. Jayden and Terry built something real last year. Their timing, trust, and chemistry were already way ahead of schedule. Breaking that up now would risk disrupting the offense just as it's gaining momentum. So yes, Brilland Sanders is an exciting new piece, but Terry McLaurin is still the heartbeat of this receiver room. Washington, we lived it. We felt it. Jayden Daniels didn't just play quarterback for the Commanders in 2024. He transformed the franchise. From a 4-17 disaster in 2023 to a stunning 12-7 NFC Championship game run, Daniels was the spark, the stabilizer, and the star of one of the greatest turnarounds in NFL history. And here's the kicker. He did it all as a rookie. Not with training wheels, not with a coddled system. He was driving the car at 100 miles per hour through the NFC gauntlet. Sure, there have been rookies to make noise in the playoffs before, but let's be honest. Joe Flacco in 2008 and Mark Sanchez in 2009 weren't asked to carry their teams. Daniels, he was the engine. The stats back it up. 2 road playoff wins, an 85.0 PFF passing grade under pressure in the postseason, the highest of any quarterback. 47 pressures faced in 2 postseason games, 2 postseason touchdowns, and elite big-time throws in the clutch. This wasn't luck. This wasn't system football. This was aura. Recently, Jayden Daniels sat down with the guys from Pardon Take, and let's just say it turned into a viral moment. When asked how he manages to stay so calm under pressure, on the road, in the playoffs, and deafening environments, Daniels didn't drop some rehearsed sports cliche. Instead, he delivered a gem. It's kinda hard. You could calm down a little bit. Just be more nonchalant. Look up what kids call aura. You gotta get some more aura. Aura Farm All 2025. Classic Jayden. Confident, relaxed, unbothered. But what makes it hit even harder is that he's not pretending. His calmness isn't an act. It's him. This is the same guy who stared down the Dallas Cowboys' top-ranked defense on the road in the wildcard round and out-dueled them. The same guy who walked into Levi Stadium and put the Commanders in position to steal one from the 49ers. That's not just poise. That's what Daniels calls aura. And Washington fans, we've seen it up close. We've felt it. That confidence, that swagger, it spreads. It's one thing to talk about a quarterback being calm under pressure. It's another when his teammates back it up. And no one broke it down better than Luke McCaffrey, Daniels' fellow rookie and one of his most trusted weapons in 2024. He does such a good job of simplifying the game. A lot of people want to make it complex. He's cool, calm, and collected. That is the ultimate way to phrase kind of who he is every day. Never going to be too emotional about everything, yet going to be competitive about everything, right? And so I think that's such a cool balance, especially at the quarterback position. Read that again. Never too emotional, but always competitive. That's rare. That's special. That's Jayden Daniels. When the huddle starts to feel the moment, when the opposing crowd gets loud, or when the pass rush is crashing in, it's Jayden who remains calm. And that calmness spreads. Suddenly the O-line locks in. The receivers trust the play. The sideline believes. That's how culture is built. That's how dynasties begin. Let's take the emotion out of it for a second and dive into the cold, hard data. According to Pro Football Focus, no quarterback faced more pressure in the playoffs last year. 47 pressures in just 2 postseason games. But instead of crumbling, Daniels delivered. Highest passing grade under pressure, 2 touchdowns, 246 passing yards, 2 big-time throws in the clutch. No panic, no collapse, no excuses. And if you rewatch the tape, you see it. Jayden never drops his eyes. He maneuvers the pocket with subtle movements that look more like a 10-year vet than a 23-year-old rookie. His internal clock, his ball placement, his decision-making, they all hold up in the fire. He doesn't just survive pressure, he thrives in it. Here's where things get scary for the rest of the NFC East and exciting for us in Washington. Jayden Daniels just had one of the most poised, productive, and impactful rookie seasons ever for a quarterback. He's already got the respect of his locker room, the admiration of his peers, and now the attention of the league. And he's only going to get better. With Laramie Tunsil protecting his blind side, Deebo Samuel and Terry McLaurin, at least for now, in the receiving core, and Cliff Kingsbury cooking up a scheme that lets Daniels use both his legs and his laser focus, 2025 is set up for something special. And let's not forget, Daniels isn't trying to be cool. He just is. That type of leadership is magnetic, and it's why Washington might be headed towards sustained success, not just a one-year wonder. Jayden Daniels said it best, Aura Farm all 2025. And you know what? That doesn't just apply to him. That applies to the entire Commanders organization. This team is building something real, under GM Adam Peters, under Dan Quinn, and most importantly,